chains on my neck. It was no on my rep last time that I checked. I was selling in the smack. Make $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next last time that I checked. I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Nah, playing no games with you. Pop clutch, switch lanes on you. Nah, I laid down the game for you. Taught you how to charge more than what they paid for you. Own the whole thing for you. Reinvest, double up, then explain for you. Gotta be love.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Dallas Mavericks. And away we go. Dallas Mavericks begin with the basketball. The monster stuff.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
It's Suns ball. Blocked away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Doncic to Lee. Beyond the arc for three. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Porzingis. It goes down.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Booker.
Here we go. I got him.
Great look and vision. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Lee. Stuffs it down with authority.
Guard up.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. So it stays with Phoenix. Has a look. Look out. Devin Booker missed his first. That one goes.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
Knocks down the first. Second and 3, no good. It's Phoenix ball. Booker to Mikal Bridges from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Suns with the basketball. Knocked loose. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. To Mikal Bridges. Mavs have it. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Into the front court, it's Booker. Looking to make something happen. Look out, Devin Booker. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Porzingis, he was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Oh, he can't connect. Suns control the possession. Picked up by the Mavericks. Count the bucket for 2.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Going to launch beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. Fires the 3. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Elio Kobo at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits his second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Dallas has it. To Luka Doncic. Lee gets it in the right corner. For 3. Smothering D. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by Courtney Lee. So the Suns keep the possession. Fires the 3. They have to keep him in their grasp.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Here's a chance from long range. Now that's a contest. Josh Jackson. Oh, good defense there as the Mavs take it away. To Porzingis. KP. Kristaps Porzingis. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Phoenix with it. Booker. To Jackson. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Surveys the floor. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He engulfed him that time. Josh Jackson. Great feed. Sets it up. Ah, rocking the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Luka Doncic. To Porzingis. Doncic. Deep right corner. Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go. Shot from in close. No good. KP. Kristaps Porzingis. 2 of 4 now.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Phoenix has the ball. To Jackson.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. And look out. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Booker with it. His team down 9. Mavs have it. Lets it fly from long range. Well defended. To Booker. From the outside, no good. To Porzingis. Doncic. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Jackson. Can't miss those. To Hardaway. Nowitzki. To Lee. Deep left corner. Hardaway is good.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
To Booker. Look out, Devin Booker. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Lee. Hardaway. Turns and slams it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
It's Suns ball. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now 4 for 6.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
The drive, right to the basket, down the lane to lay it in.
Let's see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Right Height player.
Can't teach height.
To Lee. Short jumper misses. Knocked loose. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier. And most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
It's Phoenix ball. Booker to Mikal Bridges. Driving right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Stuffs it down with authority.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming. But it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Crawford, terrific vision. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Knocked loose. Mavs have it. And the basket good at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Jackson. Knocked loose. Crawford. The drive. Right to the basket. Give him 2 points. High percentage. Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Brunson. Hardaway. Count it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Whoa! What a finish! Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Suns with the basketball. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Burke with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Tim Hardaway Jr., 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Crawford to Booker. Big finish at the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Nowitzki, Dirk delivers. They've been trying to figure this guy out for 20 years, and it's still not working.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
To Randolph. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Long key from three-quarters court. First quarter in the books. The Mavericks are in the driver's seat. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Let's go. Pick him up.
Crawford.
I got him. Here we go.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Dirk Nowitzki, 3 for 3 in this first half.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Brunson to Randolph. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Into the front court, it's Booker. His guys down big. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Suns control the possession. Passed it off. Rises for the slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Here's Barea. His guys holding the big lead. Nowitzki. Man, that was a tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Crawford. And count the basket inside.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Rashawn Holmes. A couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 68%. Nope, first one does not go. Missed the second as well. To Brunson.
Number 2.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Phoenix with it.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
Knocked loose. Mavs have it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Tough make through traffic.
Big finish.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Sets him up. A pass stolen by Phoenix.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Nowitzki to Porzingis. Curling inside. He gets it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Phoenix has the ball. That is great vision to set it up. Kelly Oubre with the finish at the rim.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Oh, emphatic slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
It's Suns ball. And he scores. Yeah, he took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Doncic gets it in the right corner to Porzingis. Nowitzki. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Knocked loose. Mikal Bridges to Crawford. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Porzingis. And a throwdown.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
First try at the line, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Mavericks with the possession to Nowitzki.
Trap this. Come on, we got it.
Beyond the arc for three. Rare miss the way he's been shooting. Shot's no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Oh, nice swat.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Goaltending's called. Count the bucket. Brunson to Nowitzki from long range. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Zach Randolph snatching it out of the air. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Zach Randolph. Booker. And the rebound comes down to Dallas.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Got it.
I got ball. I got ball.
Screen coming. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Mavs have it. Looking for his man. No, the Suns come up with the steal. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Here's Barea. Looking to make something happen. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Here's Barea. He'll run the offense. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Oh, it's Courtney Lee. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend. Mikal Bridges to Booker. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
DeAndre Ayton at the line. First one, count it. And he makes them both.
Stepping in for Dallas, number 11.
Mavericks with the basketball. And scores. Strong take.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
commands the paint this time down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Watch cutter, watch cutter, watch cutter.
Throws it up. Oh, blocked away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And count the basket.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Has a look. No good. Crawford. To Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
And the finish. Slam dunk. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Knocked loose. To the rim. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Crawford gets it in the left corner. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To Hardaway. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Okay, hacking does still exist. Might be setting the tone for the second half here.
First one goes down. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. For three, not getting the bounce.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Fires the three. That one off the mark. It's no good.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Goes to the left side to Porzingis. Here's a chance from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And if you have the ball in your hands on offense and you're that open and you see the defense sprinting at you, directly at you, not taking an angle to try to block your shot to not hit you, brace yourself for contact, focus on making the basket, and one every time.
Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Now whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Will receive a free team poster. Even better, 3 lucky fans will win a poster that's been signed.
Nice swat that time. Oubre.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Porzingis. Hardaway. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Here we go, here we go.
I got ball, this is all me.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Hardaway throws it up. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kristaps Porzingis. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. It's Phoenix ball. Shot from the lane won't go. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
DeAndre Ayton at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shooting 75% so far tonight. Missed it at the line. Slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. to Kelly Oubre. Knocked loose, and that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks.
Welcome, shoot it.
Picked up by the Mavericks.
I'll take that.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports halftime report. The Mavericks dominated this matchup from the opening tip. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Dallas Mavericks. The Suns have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Defense.
The Dallas Mavericks are using defense to create offense, and it's coming off blocks and steals. They're putting in work on both ends of the court.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. It's a 5-second violation. Josh Jackson lets it fly from beyond the arc. That no good, off the mark. Here's Barea. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Porzingis. KB. Kristaps Porzingis. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Suns with the basketball. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Lee with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages third quarter. Lets it fly from long range. Second effort. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Here we go. I got him.
Knocked loose. Mavs have it.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Lee. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Jackson. They'll get it down to Booker. Kristaps Porzingis. Able to recover with the block. Lee.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Flushes it home.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
And counted at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Suns control the possession. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Porzingis to Luka Doncic. And the finish at the rim.
Good shot, man. The assist from number 5, Jose Correa.
Booker with it. Down a bundle. To Jackson. DeAndre Ayton. Mavs have it. Tosses. Flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Booker to Jackson. Kristaps Porzingis swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
4-3. Not that time. He misses. Pass to the rim. Off the assist.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Phoenix with it. Almost. And he's not getting the call.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Mikal Bridges. And they call it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Mikal Bridges to Booker. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Lee, there's the toss. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Easy path to the rim.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Beyond the arc for 3. No good. That's great defense. Knocked loose. Mavs have it. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Porzingis with the slam.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Nice finish at the rim.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Porzingis. That's good D. Shot no good. Josh Jackson, nice pass to set things up. Oh, emphatic slam. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Picked up by the Mavericks. Lobs it up. Over to the right side. From long range. Gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
That's off the side of the rim, short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball, let him prove that it wasn't the D, it was more in his own head.
And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. So it stays with Phoenix. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Mavs have it. And that's a backcourt violation. Picked up by the Mavericks. Lee sets him up. Out of bounds. Last touch by Courtney Lee. Phoenix has the ball. Crawford. Wide open look, won't go. Has a chance. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Gets a look. Can't hit.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
And hits the first free throw.
Substitution.
And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second.
For Phoenix, number 2.
And he finishes at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Josh Jackson to Booker. From the outside, no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
No good.
Give the defense some credit here. He killed them in the first half, driving and scoring at will. But now, it's lockdown time.
To Randolph. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Into the front court. It's Booker. His guys down big. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
I know I've seen this many times in various mixtapes. Add that one to the list, too.
It's a big finish.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Booker with it. He'll run the offense. Mavs have it. To Nowitzki. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Jackson. And they call it.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Oubre. Runner's good there.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Dallas owns the basketball. Count the basket at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Gets to the basket and scores.
What a move. If you're on defense, you can't be caught flat-footed there.
Lays it up and in.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Zach Randolph rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Nowitzki, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Knocked loose, and his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Now, opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Booker. Count the basket inside.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Can't connect.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Devin Booker has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
DeAndre Ayton to Kelly Oubre. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. The big fella, Zach Randolph. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Zach Randolph pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Hardaway. Fires the 3. Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 80% at the line. First free throw is good. It's the second. 1 more coming. And he hits all 3 free throws. To Kelly Oubre. Mikal Bridges. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
And scores. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
And a nice finish at the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, That's when plays like this occur.
Tim Hardaway Jr. looking good. 4 for 5.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Mikal Bridges. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Another follow. Stays out. He'll put it up at the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. It was a strong one for the Mavericks. Dallas with the basketballs. We begin the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
To Jackson. Knocked loose. Mavs have it.
I'm looking at the bench right now, and the coach is saying, keep pushing it, keep going.
Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 87% from the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Great dish to set it up. Cashes in for 2.
Man down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Lee. Oh, Courtney Lee. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Lee buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Off the mark at the line. To Lee. Oh, Courtney Lee. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And you best believe that every one of those that goes in fills the confidence meter.
Knocked loose. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Add 2 points to the board.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Josh Jackson. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Booker to Jackson. And scores.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Yes. and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To Jackson. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. They've got it in the open floor. Nowitzki. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Oh, big finish at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
And scores. Great body control, Jay, as he ran down the lane.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Porzingis with the slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative, because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. It's the Mavericks right now at the controls. For 3, textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2. Tyler Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 77% at the line. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Nowitzki. Fires the 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
And draws the foul.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Josh Jackson, couple of free throws on the way. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Burke with it. His guys holding the big lead. Rebound Bridges. To Booker. Josh Jackson. Booker to Jackson. Driving right to the basket. Porzingis with the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
DeAndre Ayton has got 2 shots coming. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. So he hits the first, misses the second. Lee with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Off the assist.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Jackson. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
And the Suns right there for the rebound. Great pass to set it up. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Cruz is inside for two. To Jackson. Booker. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Fights through traffic to slam it down.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Dallas with the possession. Luka Doncic slams it down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Screen, I got your help.
Kristaps Porzingis with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce. Into the front court. It's Booker. Down a bundle. Knocked loose. Goaltending. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. To Booker. Knocked loose. Mavs have it. Porzingis. To Brunson. Jumper's good.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in it. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Here's a chance from long range. And throws it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a T.
It's Suns ball. To Jackson. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Booker with it. His guys down big. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Porzingis. Got it.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Not that time. To Porzingis. Goes to the right side. The big man, Ayton, with the rebound. The crossover, gets inside, and the slam dunk.
Rock goodbye, baby. Oh, yeah, he rocked him to sleep on that one.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Mikal Bridges to Booker. Knocked loose. Mavs have it. Looking for his man. It's Phoenix ball. Josh Jackson. Almost unlucky bounce. To the rim. No, the Suns come up with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Booker to Jackson. Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't go down. Smothering defense. The follow won't go either. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Into the front court. It's Booker. He'll run the offense. To Jackson. And finishes strong.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
The Mavericks signal for timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. He's denied.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Lets it fly from long range. That won't go. To Porzingis. Layup goes down. Well done.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Suns with the basketball. And now a reach, and that's going to be an intentional foul. Free throws here in the final minute of play.
A simple touch foul.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. To Luka Doncic, and stuffs it home.
Here's what's brilliant about Luka Doncic. Everybody thinks that you need to be fast or be able to ISO somebody and create your own shot with your speed or your athleticism or your explosiveness. That is not the case. Doncic is 6'8", 230 pounds. Put that smaller guard on your hip, post him up, walk him down, shoot shots over the top. If you have an uncanny style of play, that game can reward you a ton in this league.
It's a turnover as they head the other way.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. And the defender over-pursues, and he's called for.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
First try, no good. No good. Missed them both. The victory to the Mavericks as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Mavericks put on a show in a blowout. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Check out the leading scores for the Dallas Mavericks. The Suns did not look good in this one, and neither did the score. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. Check out the leading scores to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track.
Defense.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Wait, baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms and no Vans. And she telling all her friends I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms and no Vans. And she telling all her friends I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby girl, what you doing? What's your name? I ain't play no games. See these diamonds in my chain. Yeah, I took it to the and she for the fame. So I in my range. Ooh, get that money to the top, never stop. That word